I remember Esther as thoughtful, a little bit on the quiet side, but clearly developing in terms of becoming a more self-assured person.
So I think the University of Guelph gave Esther the confidence to go out and do what she did. I think that someone there or people there were able to really build up this wonderful human being to showcase that she could do anything she wanted to do.
When I was actually in my final year doing my degree here, I made a pretty pivotal decision. So I decided to switch my major. So instead of focusing on what I wanted to do, I actually focused on how I wanted to be. And that was the big shift for me that happened here. And I've carried that with me all the way through, and that's how I got to my career today. That was when I took everything I learned at Guelph and switched my mindset and started this not-for-profit that had to do with autism. Now at the time, we didn't know that what I was building was a different way that communities support the autism community. Was one of the first times it was happening in Canada. So what we thought was really small and was a little not-for-profit ended up having a big impact in terms of what we learned about how to support families. And I did that for a few years, and then it was time for me to switch, and that's when I moved over to my current position on the national team.
She had reached out to Autism Speaks Canada saying, I think you would really benefit from my services, being a program director, understanding what the community needs at a local level, but really want to expand that to a national level, and would love to come and join your team.
She's developed impressive skills in social work and communications, and has assumed very significant responsibilities at a relatively young age.
So it's an influx of families who are taking a look at what does the future represent and how are they supported. Autism grows up, and now when we're taking a look at adults and senior citizens with autism, we don't actually have communities that are equipped to support them in the most effective and efficient way. 1 in 68 children being diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder right now. And one of the things that I can see is how to tie in the individual family need, which we can never lose sight of, but how that actually ties into a much bigger, broader context of how we shift communities and how we build a country, that it doesn't matter where you live or what your situation is. If you're impacted by autism, you're going to get the support that you need.
Esther is a great candidate for the Young Alumni Award because she has pursued a path that she's blazed on her own.
Esther raises the bar for all of us. She motivates us, she's inspiring, she has energy beyond belief.
Why I wanted to get into social work was really just to give and support and serve other people. Honestly, every time I think about the University of Guelph, I smile, and people think, how could it have been that wonderful? But it was really the right fit for me.